you get any of my intro? Do you want my computer?
No, straight up.
Okay. Okay. Hello, everyone. Here we are with Off the Wall Graffiti, immersed in art. Okay. Hi, everyone. Hi. Welcome to Off the Wall Graffiti, immersed in art, a podcast. Today, we are at the Secret Rose Theater. Thank you for sponsoring it. Rick Sharp, yay.
Yes.
Snaps out to Rick.
Shout out to Rick.
Okay, and so today's guest, who is going to be talking about stories from school, is Shaq.
Shaq,
I
what's
said it
up?
right. Why do I always think it's... Oh, I know what I think, yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, right?
No, I always think Shaft, John Shaft.
John
That's
Shaft.
what I'm
Yeah,
like.
you can.
But
People
Shaquille
Oh,
O'Neal.
yeah, thank you.
You are.
Thank you, the dashiki. Thank you, dashiki. Yeah.
And what's your Instagram in case people want to go and like stalk you while listening?
Oh, okay. Well, my name is Shakir Manners. People call me Shaq Smart. My Instagram is smart_SPF, like SPF 40. That's my Instagram. Yeah, smart_SPF. And smart pretty much stands for Shakir Manners Art. So it's as simple as that. Somebody
I like it.
came up with that. So
That is smart.
yeah, that's what people tell me.
Yay. And I'm doing a little bit of what is it? Instagram story?
Story? Oh yeah, do the story.
I actually am not very good at this. Who wants to help? Okay, do a live. Yeah.
Oh, you want to go live?
Yeah, for a minute? No?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. We're giving Jacob plenty to cut in between. Can you hear me okay, Jake? Okay. Checking connection.
We're having.
Turn mine down a little bit? Okay. I'm
we're
hot-spotting on Jacob, so
Oh,
if
you
it's
are?
not working.
It might not work.
If anybody, Star, if you want to live from our Instagram, that'd be cool. For just a minute or two from your phone. Yo. In the bag. Only because my phone data doesn't have. Okay. All right, back to you.
Yes.
Hi, Shaq.
Yes.
So you are going to be talking about stories from school.
All right.
And the reason for stories from school, we think, is we want to hear what different artists, what the experience at school was for different artists.
Yes.
And you know, if it was good, if it was bad, what you wished it was, if it wasn't, or who you want to shout out because they were amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Because underneath it all, everything can be improved, and I think with the voice from artists being able to speak on behalf of education, I think we're gonna change something maybe.
Yes,
I don't know.
Most definitely.
Okay, good. So speak. Let us
All
know
right,
your story.
I just want to say, first of all, thank you for everyone coming out. And it's Saturday. It's nice in LA, at North Hollywood.
Yeah, we've got a
Everyone's
good
taking
room.
up
We've
their
got
time.
people making art.
Yeah, most definitely. So yeah, and thank you for the invite as well. Knowledge is power. Point blank. The more you know, the better you are, the better worth you have. It doesn't matter if you have 2 cents in your pocket or if you're the richest man alive. Like, he probably just knows more than you.
Yeah.
So knowledge is true power. So definitely got to take that into consideration. And everything that we've learned literally from like birth reflects on who we are today. And I am a beacon of that. I know a lot of people who are beacons of that. You know, good or bad. And it really stems from, and that's my first shout out, probably not my only shout out, my most important shout out, of course, is God, you know, G-O-D.
Yes.
And my moms. I got the greatest moms alive.
Really?
Yes. Seriously. Even when, the more I'm getting older, the more I'm realizing how awesome and how blessed I was to have a mother to teach me, first of all, the value in self and culture, the value in the arts, and just the value of being just nice to other people and stuff like that, where we always supposed to be. But my mom's is like a total beacon of not only in my life, but a lot of my peers.
She's a mom to everyone.
She's like the local celebrity in my community. Yeah, and I was very fortunate to have it. It was funny, I didn't really appreciate it when I was younger, but when I started getting older, seeing my path and seeing my other peers' path, I was trying to realize, what did I do so special in my life that they didn't do? And it wasn't that I wasn't special. Nah, it was because of my mom's.
Really?
It was because of my mom, how she brought me up, what we did, and stuff like that.
Where did you grow up?
Yeah, I can just start from there. So I'm not from California at all. I'm not from the West Coast at all. I'm from the East Coast. I'm from Washington, D.C.
I love D.C. I didn't know that.
DMV.
Where'd you go to school?
A place called Seat Pleasant, Maryland.
Okay.
Seat Pleasant is kind of close to the district line. The district line is like Washington D.C. and Maryland.
Yeah.
And then it's all connected by like a metro kind of system, and that metro system area is called the DMV. The metros. Yeah. But yeah, D.C. and Maryland. But I grew up around there.
That's a special place to grow up.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
You are created. You. There's so much to know when you're there.
Yes.
Did you feel included in the DC area?
Yeah.
It's 5 miles square, right?
Yes. Well, because I wasn't in the city. I was kind of like in the outskirts of Maryland. The city was kind of a different kind of monster altogether. But because I was in the outskirts of Maryland, everything was all good. Just to say this, okay. The DMV, or Washington, D.C., I don't know if you heard this or not, but they call the DMV, which is Washington, D.C., Chocolate City.
Yeah.
All right, so it's a lot of black people.
Yeah.
I grew up with
and
a lot of black people.
especially on the outs and on the outer edges of the northwest,
and
southwest.
I think a lot of people over in the West Coast, and I think I think it's so ironic, just meeting people from all over the world, but meeting people who are out here, they're more artsy, they're more free. I won't say cultural, but they're just more kind of accepting of people, like who they are. It doesn't matter their gender and what they do, how they are. It's kind of more accepting. Over in Washington, D.C., being close to the government structure, being close to capitalism. The man, quote unquote. It's a good thing and a bad thing, but you just it's very conservative.
Yeah.
You get used to
and the
certain
arts
things,
aren't necessarily like championed.
Yes, they're not. The arts are not championed
unless they're the highest brow of art at the Kennedy Center.
I was just about to say, unless you're doing art at the Kennedy Center,
right?
Or the
which is always a goal,
which is awesome. Like if your stuff is in the Smithsonian, if you're getting shows you've quote unquote made it. If you're doing city work, it's like you're really official now.
Right.
But here,
as a kid, it's daunting.
Yeah. Well, as a kid, you're like, they're not making no money, and there's no chances of me being a dancer, an actor, or an artist. So why should I even try? But having that and growing up around black people, everybody's kind of wants to be cool, so it's a lot of followers, and there's not that many leaders.
Okay.
And usually the leaders are the one who maybe get in trouble, or maybe the bad person, or maybe the person who's just drawing in class and they're not really paying attention and stuff like that. But these aren't the leaders who people are following them. They're just leaders because they're just different.
They're doing their own thing.
Yeah, they're just doing their own thing.
Right.
Now, my mom was and she still is, she's an African drumming and dancing instructor.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Is she in D.C.?
Yeah, she's in Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Yeah. I literally.
So she already was breaking the rules.
She was already from college.
Right.
She was breaking the rules, saying, I'm just going to African drum and dance. And, of course, she's an accountant by trade, but.
Of course, because that's natural.
Yeah. She was brought up in that Washington, D.C. structure. You go to high school, go to college, get a government job.
Yeah.
The government jobs, they take care of you. You don't have to worry about anything. They
do.
Good benefits. You make a lot of money.
For life, yeah.
For life.
Yeah.
Like, you're really good. But yeah, she started teaching African drumming and dancing. I've literally played the African drum and been around African dancers since I was 10 months old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm actually quote unquote
You are a
master
drum.
drummer. Yeah, yeah. Well, drum in a sense, but yeah, I'm like a master drummer in Washington D.C. This is kind of ironic. I don't really tell a lot of people that, but yeah, that's why kind of I am who I am. That's why I wear the clothes I wear. That's why I'm on artist gauge. Yeah, because I really do represent. And that's all I really know. It's kind of ironic. But yeah, just coming from that, and my mom taught me and my brother, how to play the drums. We were in African drum and dance troops, and then she started volunteering at our middle school to just teach the other kids African drumming and dancing, and it exploded. Like, she taught. It was ridiculous.
Like, she started something.
She started something totally for free, and then she started banking. Like, we started booking shows all over. Because you got to think.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you got to think. Here's little kids, as small as the little one right here, right?
Yeah.
She would dress, and it don't matter if they was black, white, in between. It don't matter if they was sitting in the wheelchair, or if they, it didn't really matter.
Anyone could drum.
Anyone could drum, anyone could dance. And she would teach them. She would dress them up in the garbs and in the galas. And it would literally be like 60 kids. And then we'll be playing a mean beat, and then like all the kids would be dancing. And it was extravagant. It was nothing I never seen before.
Right.
And we did that. And my mom was like the main person for it. And I just remember she started making a lot of money for the school. She started putting all that money back into the troupe, buying more drums, buying more instruments, buying more costumes. And she taught like a lot. We started traveling in North Carolina, Florida, everywhere. And that's when I really saw, I was like, wow, you can make money off of art.
Off of art,
you
right.
can really make it off of art. She made it literally from something into nothing, and she still does it to this day. Like, there's people.
And that was during your school time.
That was during my school time.
So
yes.
During school, you got to see like art on tilt.
Yes, and it's a good and a bad thing though, because I feel as though she kind of Jackson 5'd us, quote unquote. If
Mom,
you get what I'm saying? It's
Mom.
Like, you're gonna play this drum. You're gonna perform, or you're not eating tonight.
She made
I'm just gonna beat
Olympiads
you
out of you.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you mean?
I mean, nah, that sucked though. I didn't want to do that.
Okay, wait. That took a hard left. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, I want to play with friends. I want to go to the movies. I want to hang out. I don't want to go do yet another African drumming and dancing
Oh my
show.
gosh.
Like,
okay.
we did that last weekend. Like, why are we doing this every weekend? But I mean, she obviously knew something that we didn't.
Right. So that took over your middle school years?
That took over my middle school year. No, my elementary year. No, you gotta mind, this started from kindergarten.
Oh my gosh.
So this started from elementary to like junior, like middle, to high school.
Right.
And then in high school, I finally told her, look, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm playing football.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not doing that. Come on.
I love it.
And even still, I didn't even go to the middle school no more. And she was like, yo, you gotta come back and help the kids. And like, yo, help the kids, dude. And it was cool though. I mean, after a while, I was just like I said, when I got to college and I stopped doing it, I was like, oh, okay, this is like my life. I see this is cool now. But when I got back to PG,
where's PG?
Oh, Prince George's County, which is like, that's DMV.
That's the DMV.
Yeah, DMV.
Okay.
When I got back and I started just like, talking about little stuff on Facebook and stuff like that, people were coming to me talking about like how they remembered my mom and how my mom made such an impact on their life and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we was even really doing all that. But they was like, yo, I never forget, yo, your mother was doing this, and she taught us that, and she taught us, African culture, and she taught it to this person. And like literally, even to this day, like people, if I say anything about my mom doesn't have a Facebook or anything like that, people is like, yo, your mother's the best.
Okay, we should name his mom. And have any of the audience members been impacted by other people's moms over here?
Right.
Yeah. Like, it's powerful to have strong moms and also to be co-opted by.
You're like that.
But I'm a little like that. And
you're a lot like that. I can see it. And that's how I relate to my man over there. He's like, I don't want to help you.
Yeah, my son is.
Exactly. I'm with you, bro. And sometimes you got to help, but she has vision, bro. I'm trying to tell you, she's a genius, low-key. You might not see it now, but you will. Trust me. It's a bittersweet. Trust me, bro. Trust me.
Who knew? He has your back there, Abe.
I have totally,
you guys should
bro,
share each other's Instagrams.
When I first met
okay?
you, I was like, oh, I know what's going on. slavery. Whoosh. He's like, I don't even want to do it, but you do it. It's your
Oh my gosh.
That's
All right. Get your dog up, Avery.
Sorry.
Okay. So there you are. You're a kid who has art by way of your mother through all of your schooling.
Yeah, she kept us in arts. Like, my brother is actually a professional dancer. He's been dancing.
I'm listening and watching. I think
My
she's
brother
in the
has been
bathroom.
dancing all his
Watch out for
entire
the-
life.
I hear your words.
Pause for sound.
Pause for sound and exploration. Go explore, Indy. Okay, so it should be said that Indy is here in the audience today.
Yes, she is. It's a big dog.
She
Wait, he
kind of
wanna
wants
sit
to
back down?
just be a part of it all.
I see, he's going to sit back down.
Is she going to the bathroom? All right. Well, keep her. Come on.
I didn't decide to bring here.
I know, but it's the best thing. Okay. So there we are. We're in high school. What happened? So you had your mom who was already impactful. Did you have other mentors or like what? It sounds to me like you went to a school that kind of supported art.
Yeah, I went to a performing arts middle school.
You went to a performing
And that
arts
that
middle school.
Yeah, that was solely because
Did
of my
you
mom.
guys go to? Did any of you guys go to performing arts middle schools or high schools? Got it. So what was yours like?
Oh, mine, everyone, yeah, same thing. No one was really rich like that. Nobody really flaunted they was rich, but it was the same thing with a lot of dancers, a lot of singers, a lot of artists. I went to this place called Thomas G. Pullen Arts Magnet School. I actually did a mural for them, actually, a couple of years ago. Yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Thomas G. Pullen.
Yeah. Wait, say it again. Shout out to where?
Oh, Thomas G. Pullen Arts Magnet School. I did a mural for them
Okay.
a few years back, and I'm
Yeah,
also
always
alumni.
go back to your middle and high schools.
Yeah.
They love you and need you.
You got to give back. I think
Yeah.
that's important. I think that's very, very important. But nah, it was a lot of people in our art school was arts was musicians. A lot of musicians. I was a musician too. I played the trombone and trumpet as well as the.
Did you
African
do
drum.
well in school?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I was good in school, but I had a vision dysfunction.
Okay.
Um,
So your brain saw differently?
I have severe dyslexia.
Okay.
I sometimes see things that are not there.
Did you know
I
it?
miss my words. I didn't know it at first. I just thought I was just like an idiot. To be honest with you, I was failing mad tests and quizzes. I ain't do no book reports, nothing
Was
like
this
that.
middle school and high school?
This is middle school.
Okay.
It's like middle school. My mom, of course, she like noticed it earlier, and she was just like, "No, you're doing homework. I'm not letting you be like a statistic, quote unquote, or just be mediocre." You know, so not only you're gonna be in all these extracurricular activities, you're gonna do well in school too. It doesn't matter how long it takes you. You're gonna work as double as hard as everybody else in X, Y, and Z. And along, she was trying to figure out what was my problem.
What was
How
your
come-
brain doing?
How did my
Yeah.
brain learn? How could I, learn better and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And we, been to a bunch of programs and stuff, and she had me go see a bunch of vision doctors and stuff like that. And I struggled with that. I'm not gonna lie. I just thought I was
You
like.
still do or you did then?
Well, no, I thought I was like special ed. Everyone else was kind of smarter than me. So, yeah, I felt really bad. I was like, man, this fucking sucks. And my brother, he would make good grades all the time. So I was just like, how come I can't do what they're doing? And it wasn't that I was special ed. It was just that I was special. I was an artist. I'm a muralist. I learn differently. I see differently. I just take in information way different than anyone else.
Right.
And
When did you learn that was what was true?
When I got to college.
Okay.
'Cause-
Did anybody give you relief in high school or middle school?
Yeah, my mom, she was giving me.
What would
my
you do
mama-
without your mom?
I know, she's everything, yo. My mom, she would give me like these little papers that the doctor told me. And this was, I was like, oh shit, it's lit. She was
This
giving
is
me,
real.
yeah, she would give me these papers to tell the teacher, yo, this person needs more time on
Right.
testing quizzes.
Your IEP.
Yeah, like
yeah.
this person has to sit in the front. This person can't take notes. This
It's
person
so
can record.
true. It
this
helps,
and I was
doesn't
like,
it?
yeah, I was like, oh, I'm retarded. But at the same time, like all y'all gotta do book reports within a week, and I got like the rest of the month. So, so I was
Shout
like,
out to
yeah,
more
like
time.
cool. I don't like,
Yeah.
I don't care. Like, and didn't nobody else know that. They just thought I was just handing them my work late. So I'm like, nah, I'm still getting.
You're like, I'm on top of it.
I'm good. So yeah, when I finally got to college, I was like, oh, I'm paying for this. So I'm definitely sitting in front of every different class. I'm asking
Right.
1,000,001 questions because I'm not leaving here until you guys teach me this, until I learn.
If
Fuck
more college kids understood that,
Yeah.
they
like,
would not be dropping out.
Why are
I
you
swear to
wasting
God.
your money? Like, you're
It
paying
is
so many thousands of dollars
changer.
to be there.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with getting, you know what I'm saying, fucked up, drunk and high, and da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, dude, in that room of 8 hours, and I went to an accelerated program too, so we would have to have lectures for like 4 hours. We're in that room locked in for 4 hours. Yo, you have no choice but to teach me. And I
Right.
don't give a fuck what nobody else is in here is doing. You're teaching me this.
Right.
Period. 'Cause
I'm
this is
going to
what I'm here
stand
for.
in front of you
You know?
until I
Yeah,
understand
so
it.
for these 4 hours,
Yeah.
I'm locking in. I'm asking 1,000,001 questions. I said, knowledge is true power because I do something that's totally outside of my realm. I go to college for it. But I can still go back to it if I want to because I retained the information.
Yeah.
You know?
What'd you study?
Digital arts and design.
Oh,
So, yeah, just being a digital artist. You know?
love it.
Yeah. And
Love
just
it. Where did you study?
Full Sail University in
I
Orlando,
know that.
Florida.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you love it?
I fucking loved it.
Love it.
It was,
Yeah, but that
coach was
school is
awesome.
designed for 24-hour
Yes.
service.
Yes.
That school is so cool.
Yeah. And it was
We
before
have
its
a
time,
friend
too. Yeah.
there. I can't remember. Do you remember
Full
Polly?
Sail's the shit, bro.
What is his name? Alex Dunhill, right?
I know. Yo.
What?
You would have flourished, bro. You would've
Sorry,
killed it, dude.
because
I
you
thought
went to
y'all
Cal
was-
Lutheran. That's where you belong. Shh. Nope. Nope.
No, bro. But yeah,
There's pizza, by the
Yeah.
way.
yeah, there's food. People get food.
Yeah,
but
people. Hashtag feed the artists. Oh wait, so Full Sail. Alex Dunhill, I think it was his name. He was from Pittsburgh,
okay.
and he was in.
What year did he go?
Yes, absolutely. He went a year.
Oh, he went a year.
No, I
oh.
have no idea.
Oh.
No, I have no idea what year he went.
Okay.
I think at like 2014, 15, he might have
Oh, he
graduated.
went recently. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I went there from 2007 to 2009.
Shout out to specialty schools.
Yeah, most definitely. You know, yeah, definitely shout out to Full Sail. Definitely, they taught me a lot. You know, it's crazy. They do this thing where it's like it's a 2-year program. If you go to each month and if you fail a class, you got to take the class over, right?
Yeah,
And then that pushes back your graduate date.
but it doesn't flunk you.
It doesn't flunk you.
Right.
But you definitely
They-
got to
they're
pay for
like,
the
you
class
gotta-
over,
oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, bittersweet, my dumb smart ass, I went through the school with flying colors. I didn't flunk any class.
Okay.
Right? Now I had friends who flunked classes, right? And I'm like, damn, why did you flunk class? And da 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 da. And I remember because I thought we was gonna all graduate the same.
Okay.
But he took I think a motion graphics class over again, and at the end of each month we got to make like these, So he had to make like these projects. So he had to make his second motion graphics project, and it looked fucking dope as shit.
He just nailed
He
it.
nailed it, and I was like, "Damn, bro, how did you get so good?" And he was like,
He
"Oh, I took it the
created
second time."
mastery.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, because I failed it and I took it the second time. It was just like a regurgitation,
What's
bro." and
the
I just
lesson
double
there?
killed it. So I was like, "Fuck, I should have failed, low-key, so I can learn more." But I know, but even still, just having that mindset of first of all consistency and repetition.
Right.
That is knowledge too. Like, you don't retain things the first time you hear it or you know it. So if you do it over and over and over and over again, that's inadvertently gonna make you better. Yeah.
1,000-hour rule.
If
Yeah.
you do something for 1,000 hours, become a master at it. That one, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And definitely, on this podcast too, I just want to get it over to people.
Yeah.
It definitely matters where you come from and stuff like that. But honestly, when people used to ask me if I was younger, oh, what did you want to be when you grow up? I didn't really think that was as literal as that it is right now.
Okay, so say it again.
I remember I was in kindergarten or first grade. and I remember I used to teach African drummers myself. He was always asking kids, "Oh, what you want to be when you grow up?"
Right.
Right. And they say dumb shit like, "Oh, I want to be blue." You know, or, you know what I'm saying? Or I want to be a shoe or something like that, you know? But those things, we think they might be kind of stupid, but that can be inspiration for them being something like incredibly great.
Okay.
Like, in 2018, I can honestly say if I made it, I know other people who've made this motherfucker smart as shit. He's dope as hell, you know what I'm saying? Paulie's super, you know, intelligent. I can honestly, like with Instagram and everything, how that stuff is going, you can be anything you want to be in this world if you work hard enough and you know the right people. But I honestly think if you work hard enough, but you can honestly be. I honestly believe that. Like,
Yes.
seriously, like I know, like.
Don't do that. don't snap into the microphone. My sound guy says. Okay, you guys can snap if you want over there in the audience.
Yeah, I've known some really defeated people who become like geniuses, and I just know geniuses who can see like into the future type. You know, and like really into the future. And like you can be anything you want to be, like.
I love it.
Like it doesn't matter. Like it honestly doesn't matter.
Are you being who you want to be?
Hell yeah. I'm free as a bird. I'm in LA. I'm an international muralist.
Boom.
From
Now wait, that's not
Maryland.
digital.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. I went from playing African drums to playing the trombone to being a digital artist to being a muralist now. And I can be whoever I want to be, and I'm winning.
Winning.
Yeah, I'm not even
But in
winning
a good
actually.
way.
Yo, I'm blessed beyond belief. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, and it all started with
Yeah.
moms.
And mom still supports.
Yeah.
You know, she supports wholeheartedly. And when I tell you can be anything you want to be, meaning I've been wanting to be a quote unquote graffiti artist ever since I was 13 years old. But graffiti art isn't a big thing.
Since you were 13.
Yeah, I remember I saw.
Did you do graffiti at 13?
No, I drew it on the paper. Everybody knew I could like draw really good, and like I used to ask people's names.
Yeah.
It's the first kind of hustle. I remember this girl Ashley. I was like, hey, what's your name? She said, oh, my name is Ashley.
Oh, this is a hustle, right?
Oh, this is a hustle. Let me tell you. I'm like, okay. In the beginning of class, what's your name? Oh, my name is. Okay, cool. What's your birth sign? She's like, oh, I'm a Taurus. Okay, cool. And I'll be drawing all class. At the end of class, like, hey, Ashley. She's like, hey, what's up? You about to go to lunch? Hey, I got a picture for you. I show her a picture that says Ashley all in like graffiti all thrown in. And,
Yeah.
you know, with the colors and everything. And I put the Taurus on the joint. She's like, oh, this is real cute. Can I have it? And I'm like, yeah, you got 50 cents?
Oh, no way.
And she's like, oh, yeah. Boom, I got my 50 cents
Are
extra.
you
feel me,
kidding?
for candy
You
and whatever.
hustled.
So I used to do that a lot. To like 50 cents all the way up to $5.
Uh-huh.
Look like
Yeah,
my
you're
drawings
nothing
used to
like
be
your
a
mom.
beast. No, I'm just like her, like, you know. But seeing that and then seeing graffiti for the first time, and my dad telling me like, oh, graffiti is just an eyesore. Like even hearing him say that and being like, yo,
You're
know
like
what you're
naturally
talking
you
about.
want it.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, graffiti needs to be everywhere, and I didn't know graffiti is muralism in a sense. And
Can be. Yeah.
yeah, I had to kind of find my whole kind of graffiti kind of journey to myself. That was a more kind of a personal kind of a journey. And even when I went to college, they used to give us projects and stuff, and everything I did was always geared to me painting with the spray paint or me painting with the brush. Like I always
So that
did
you could, because you chose that medium,
just
you
because
mean?
I could. Yeah, I remember we had like in videographer class, they were telling, oh, you got to make a video. It can be anything you want. So I was like, all right. So I told my homeboy, yo, let me do a graffiti piece in your house for free, and then just let me time lapse it and record it.
Right.
And then that would be my video project. So
Sure.
I would do a graffiti piece, record the whole thing, and that would be my video project.
I love
People
it.
was like, oh, you do art.
And then you made the beats, and then you...
Nah, I didn't make the beats. I wish. I don't make beats and stuff. But yeah, and then being in Washington D.C. and starting out doing graffiti and art, and then like no one supporting, and then even family like nobody supporting, and then like the only person who was supporting was like my mom, my girlfriend.
Now be clear, are you doing vandalism style graffiti, or are you saying are you asking and getting permission?
I mean, asking, no. You don't ask anything. You do.
Okay, I
and
just
ask
didn't
for
know
forgiveness.
when that's okay. I get that. I just didn't know where you were headed on that. That's all.
And people saying, that's the thing too, me being from the East Coast and me being in Prince George's County, what is vandalism? Like vandalism for us is throwing rocks into like people's cars and busting like windows and stuff.
Yeah.
Out here, vandalism is like taking a dope fucking marker and like taking and writing your name somewhere. That's the dopest shit ever. I'll take that over my window getting busted.
I got it.
Like to
Yeah.
me, like, and it baffles me how people can say, "Oh, this is vandalism. It looks so bad," and I'm like, dude, like, do you want that, or do you want your tire slashed, or do you want some real vandalism stuff to happen to you personally,
Right.
or you gonna let artists really flex? I really feel as though tagging and all that graffiti and stuff is just cries for saying, yo, I want to be an artist. And they need that push. They need that motivation to say, yo, I used to do that tag shit too, and now I'm going here, and either doing my tag or painting, other things, and I'm getting paid for it now. So,
Sorry, I'm dancing over here because
It's all
that's
good.
the whole reason for Off the Wall.
Yes, yeah. So, yeah, and then it gets to a fact of like, who you painting for? Are you painting for yourself selfishly? Or are you really painting for the community? Or are you painting for the ladies? Are you painting for or the kings and queens of the community? Are you painting for the kids?
Right.
Are you painting for elderly people? Are you painting for religious reasons? It
So
gets
in
to
there,
those
there's
things.
some slice and dice
Yes.
about
Yes.
the
Yes.
good or the bad
Thank you. And
side of that.
all graffiti is like these misguided souls trying to figure out who should I paint for. Does that make sense?
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that.
So that's who. So it's like, and you can realize the people who wants to do damage in graffiti, and you can realize the people who wants to go out and do art, and you can realize people who just want to go out and get a name for themselves. Because that's all what graffiti is. It's like fucking McDonald's. You see
It's a
McDonald's
brand.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
a brand. You
Yeah.
throwing yourself out there.
Yeah.
Obey. Should I prefer?
Yep.
It's a brand.
Yep.
I didn't know if I had to raise my hand.
Hello, audience. Hello, Francesca. Do you have a question?
I was gonna say, I feel like it's kind of stupid because as soon as you say you're a graffiti artist, people go like, oh, like almost like you're looked
Yeah.
down upon.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's like the bad part, like people who just like graffiti a random ass name,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like it's literally just letters, but it's done really shittily.
Mm-hmm.
And then like people who do like murals, and I feel like it gets such a bad rep that as soon as you say I'm a graffiti artist, people are just like, oh, what do? Get high and then like
Yes, I get high.
The misperception.
you know
Yeah.
like, destroy like somebody's yard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think so. What you're talking about is
Not given a proper chance when you say I'm a graffiti artist, because there's so much like it's like being an artist. There are so many different levels to being an artist.
Yeah.
So many different forms. So it's like it shouldn't be looked down upon.
Yeah.
right.
Because it's not just like, oh, I'm a graffiti artist, that means I'm a low life,
Yes.
It's not, yeah.
Most
Nice.
definitely. Don't get me wrong. I know some graffiti. Well, when I came out here, I know some graffiti artists who are low lives. It's a bittersweet thing. It's crazy. Everything you're saying is correct. I go through a lot of culture shocks because I travel a lot.
Yeah.
When I was in Prince George's County, being in that realm, and then going to Florida, that was a culture shock. And then moving to New York, I was in New York for like a year. That was another culture shock. And then moving from New York all the way back, to the West Coast is another culture shock because you guys see artwork in a completely different light.
Yeah.
Which
Which one do you like the best? Which spot?
spot? What you mean?
Which place did you
paint?
like? No, just like which city, which
Man.
which one seems to be more inviting?
Well, LA for me, for sure. But LA to me,
Yeah.
I just feel more free here. But it's all back home. As of yet though, back home has been showing mad love.
Good.
Just in terms of people supporting me. Like I'm doing like city work and shit like that. So shout out to the city of Sea Pleasant.
Yes.
Yeah, they let me do work for them.
Thank you.
So no,
and they're paying.
They're paying well.
Woo!
So
Okay, we'll talk.
man, God bless them for real. And to say, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to come to LA to try to be like a Maryland liaison. You know, for people who come from the East Coast to come to LA and say, hey, like I can give you these connections. I can do X, Y, and Z. And I wanted to bring some LA culture back to my city as well.
Yeah.
So if I can go back
It's
to
got
my
a lot
city
of-
and do murals and stuff, it will be excellent. That's what I got a chance to do. So man, it's a blessing. It's been like
When
a
you
super
bring
blessing.
LA with you, there's some currency there, isn't there? Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, nobody really supported me until I moved out here.
Right.
And then when I moved out here, they're like, "Oh,
It's nice to come
you're
back
really
home
doing
and
it
visit. Like, oh yeah, I'm just back from LA.
yeah, I love saying that." I'm like, "Oh, it's too cold here. I'm about to go back to LA, man.
It's
Y'all,
like where it's freezing
yeah,
lately.
I'm like y'all whack."
It's been so cold here, hasn't it?
You have an audience, like from where you came from, like a really conservative place.
Mhm.
Like there are like is no audience for graffiti over there.
Right.
So like over here it's completely different.
Definitely.
I was discussing with Nora how I want to move out of LA to go to Oregon
Okay.
because over there they have a more like sort of homier art community, but like you kind of disagreed with me because we both see different sides of like the art.
What you need and what you're
what's
what
crazy
you're
is
looking for.
if anyone who has an angst to move from where they are to start anew, I tell them to do it.
Yeah, 'cause you might be
that's your
being pulled
reinvention.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not only that, that's your reinvention right there. That's
Right.
your inspiration right there. Like that's so dope to me. I don't get why people maybe stay in a town for like 30 or 40 years. That's fucking whack as shit. Like hell no. Like get up, go somewhere, start anew, fuck that shit up, and then go somewhere else. Start anew, fuck that shit up, and then,
go somewhere
Like
else.
yeah, like travel. Like people are so stagnant and they get so prone to being like worker robots.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. You know, I take it back actually. Like, let them live their lives. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No judgment.
There are. You know, I honestly feel like there are leaders and there are followers, and if there were no followers, there would be no leaders.
There
So,
would be nobody
yeah.
leading. Right.
So there are definitely people who need to be. You know, that's what they do. That's nothing wrong with that. You know, but
Okay.
be patient at least.
So let's sum up your overarching. You started it with knowledge is power,
Yeah, for sure.
and we didn't hear a lot about the middle school life or the high school. We heard about the younger years and
Yes.
everything. Is there anything that you want to close with that talks about your hope for what schools are like? Or the one area you want to point to for others to like mimic, or imagine that there were administrators listening, or imagine that there are teachers, or imagine that there are kids who are in high school but aren't getting the most out of their schooling.
Yo, everybody go, you know what? Man, I'm thinking about all the schools and the teachers who gave me good advice and stuff like that. I would say just for the teachers, there was definitely a teacher to keep it real with me and tell me, yo, in the real world, you know, X and Y and Z happens. Like, I think it's good to have teachers to give you these real world stories and experiences. And I hope there's teachers to really instill their children with hope to say, yo, anything is possible. Like, for real. I think
And-
it needs
and
to be
believe
more
it.
teachers and really believe it.
Yeah.
You know, there might be bittersweet teachers out there who didn't really, quote unquote, reach their dreams, you know, or did
Right.
anything really useful with their lives. So now they're shitting on the kids' lives.
So those teachers need to stop
They need
being
to stop
like
doing
that.
They need to keep on,
And as
motivating their kids,
students, you
most
need to
definitely.
be seeking from your teachers
Yes.
real life experiences. So
Yes.
say, ask them to put it into context.
Most
Ask them
definitely.
to
Ask
say, like, give me
questions.
an example. Like, don't just teach me. Give me an example.
Most definitely. Ask questions, pay attention. Man, I ain't gonna
And
lie.
do what your
it's
mom
hard to,
says.
Yeah, and do what your mom says, but it's hard to tell kids what to do because I feel as though you want to love someone as much, so you want to let them make their own mistakes. You know,
Right.
like everybody has their own journey. You know, so if you go out and you do something and something crazy happens, like, you know what I'm saying? You get like pregnant at 16 or something like that. Maybe that was for you. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up.
That's a real life
You know what I'm
experience.
saying? You gotta eat that now. You know, I don't know. Everything definitely happens for a reason.
And,
you know.
and a dog barks for a reason,
Yeah,
I
there
think
you
is
go.
what's
That's
going
what
to
I'm
do.
So yeah, just keep on keeping on. You a dropout, man. Shit. Eventually you should get your shit straight. Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, if you are smart as I don't know what, you got a guided path, keep on to your guided path.
What about finishing things? How do you feel about that? Does that make a difference for you?
Of finishing projects and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Always execute. Try to finish. Always execute to your best of your ability, and you should finish. That's when you get older, you start seeing the worth of like saying what you're gonna do and actually doing it and executing it and probably executing it well. You get a lot of respect for that. People love that. You
All
got to
right.
do what you got to say.
Good.
Got to. Always.
Hi. All right.
Most definitely. That's good.
Thank you,
Yeah, no
Shaq. That was good. Sorry about the indie interruptions, but yay. Thank you. Hey, thanks for listening. We're really glad you tuned in. Immersed in Art was recorded 2 years ago in 2018. I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to edit these. I want to thank our sound engineer, Jacob Baumgartner. I want to thank all of the guests who have waited so long for their words to be heard. They are important and we hope to do more. If you liked this, please subscribe, share, and also if you want to be a part of it, just send me an email, maura@offthewallgraffiti.org, or hit us up on any of the socials. And I want to do an extra special shout out to Luciano West, who created that amazing theme song. He came over to the house one day, dropped some beats. Avery McCarthy got on bass and I got on the spray cans and we made that beat. I think it's awesome. I hope you like it. And yeah, listen up. Let's do more of these. Talk over my pot, dude.
That's the shit right there.